Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast. I ran a free Claude workshop this morning, and oh man, I'm like, I need to get a podcast episode out. I'm not normally this behind. This will be coming out tomorrow, but that's okay. It's relevant. But this is, I guess, me keeping those promises to myself. So, this episode, I really want to focus on the difference between using AI and having an AI strategy. So, there is a big difference between this. I spoke about it in my workshop this morning, but I want you to sit with this question for a minute. So, are you using AI or do you have an AI strategy? Because they're not the same thing. And I think a lot of people, smart, capable people are confusing the two. So, using AI looks like opening ChatGPT when you need something, ask it a question, getting an answer, closing it. Maybe using it for captions, emails, bit of brainstorming, that sort of thing. That's using AI, and it's fine. It's helpful. It saves time, but it's not strategy. An AI strategy is when AI is embedded into how your business actually runs. So it's intentional, it's systematic. It's not just I use ChatGPT every day. It's I've thought about where AI fits, what it does, what problems I'm trying to solve in my business, and how it connects to my goals. So today I want to break down what that difference actually looks like in practice, because once you see it, you can't unsee it, which is good because then you can start to implement your own AI strategy. So let's start with what most people are doing. And this isn't to make people feel bad or like they're behind. This is where everyone starts, and this is where I started too. So using AI typically looks like you need something, a caption, you open ChatGPT, you ask for that thing, you get it done, maybe you tweak it, you post it, you're done. You need to write an email, so you ask AI to help you draft something and then you send it. You heard about a new tool, you sign up for that, you play with it for 20 minutes or that afternoon, and then you forget it exists. So it's reactive and it's task-based. So you have a thing to do, AI helps you do it, then you move on. But what's happening underneath? So AI is like the tool you're picking up and then you're putting it down, and it's not connected to anything big. So it's not part of a broader system. It's just like there when you need it, you open it. And the problem with this approach is that it doesn't compound. So every time you use AI, you're starting from scratch. There's no momentum. There's no real leverage. There's no this feeds into that, which feeds into this. So you're not really seeing that ROI on AI, even though you're like, well, I use ChatGPT daily. So here's the other thing. When AI is just a tool that you use, you're constantly second guessing yourself. So you're like, should I use AI for this? Which tool should I use? Am I doing this right? So there's no like clear intentions. It's just kind of vibes, really. Or like, okay, I'll try it for this. There's no strategy behind it. So what does it look like when you have an actual AI strategy? So an AI strategy means you've thought about three things. So you've thought about, where does this fit in my business? And that's not everywhere. It's not random. You've looked at your workflows, your tasks, your pain points, and you've decided AI goes here, here, and here for these reasons. Here's the problems that it's solving. Maybe AI handles your content ideation. Maybe it processes your client onboarding. I have an automation that when someone fills out a consult form, when they book in, Perplexity goes off and researches them and kind of briefs me. Maybe it runs your back-end automations. Whatever it is, it's intentional. Number two, what does AI do versus what do I do? So this is huge. With a strategy, you're clear on the handoff. So, that looks like AI does the first draft, I do the strategy. AI pulls the data, I make the decision. AI interviews me, I provide the insights. So you're not asking AI to replace your thinking. You're using it to augment specific parts of your process. So there's like a clear division of labor here, and you're aware of that. You've thought about that. And then three, how does it connect? And this is the part that I get really excited about. So with strategy, your AI your AI tools talk to each other. So they feed into each other. There's a flow. So for me, my podcast gets transcribed. That transcript feeds into an automation. That automation generates show notes, social media carousels that automatically get posted. I'm not creating any of that. So it's one input, multiple outputs, and minimal manual work. So another example of this is after I do a corporate training, I grab a transcript, or my automation grabs the transcript. It pulls out what we covered in that training from the transcript, and then it creates this like interactive resource pack for the people who have received that training based on that transcript. So that's not using AI, that's having AI embedded in how the business runs. Here's another example. So I have an automation that preps me for discovery calls. So when someone books in, that triggers, it goes off and researches about the business or that person, what they do, what they've told me in that form, what I know about that situation. And it just helps me think through, okay, what do I need to ask? What's missing from, what they've said, things to explore, potential offers that might fit. So that's not a random tool I open sometimes, that's a system. So it's part of how I do those calls now every time. That's the workflow. So when you have a strategy, AI becomes infrastructure, not just an app you open and chat with, get something like a vending machine, very transactional. So how do you know if you're just using AI versus having an actual strategy? I'm going to give you some signs. So sign one, you're constantly trying new tools, but nothing sticks. So every week there's a new thing. So you sign up, you play with it, you forget about it. Your tech stack is chaotic. You've got subscriptions that you don't use. You feel behind because there's always something new. So that's not strategy. That's shiny object syndrome dressed up as staying current or staying in the know. Sign two. So you use AI for random tasks, but it doesn't feel integrated. So, it might be a caption here, email there, brainstorm here, but nothing connects. So AI is scattered across your business to be like confetti, but it's not woven through like a thread. And, everything connects, talks to each other, has a purpose. So sign three, you're still doing everything manually that you've always done manually. So your workflows haven't changed at all. You've just added AI as an extra step in some places. So the core of how you work, that's the same as it was 2 years ago. Sign four, you can't articulate how AI helps your business. So if someone went up to you and said, like, how do you use AI in your business? And you're like, well, I use ChatGPT for captions and helping with my emails. That's a sign. So with strategy, you can explain it clearly, like AI handles X, Y, and Z. It saves me this much time. It's embedded in these workflows. Here's how we've leveraged it. Sign five, AI feels overwhelming, not empowering. So this is a big one. So when you don't have AI strategy, it just feels like another thing to keep up with, another thing that you're probably doing wrong or don't know enough about, or, it's changing too fast. So when you have a strategy, AI feels like leverage. It's pretty exciting because you're like, wow, there's all these possibilities and here's how I'm going to solve these problems with it. It feels like you've got it handled because you know what you're using, why you're using it, and how it fits. So we've covered that. How do you actually go from using AI to having a strategy? I'm going to give you a bit of a framework. And this is one of the frameworks that I use with clients. So step one, audit where you're spending time. I know it doesn't sound sexy or amazing, but you have to audit where are you spending your time. So before you think about AI at all, you need to look at your business. Where are you spending the most time? What tasks are repetitive? What's draining you? What do you wish someone else could do? Write it down. It doesn't matter. Messy is fine. Just get it out of your head. Then step two, identify the repeatables. So not everything needs AI. Look at your list and circle the things that happen over and over. So those repeatable tasks, the things that follow a similar pattern each time. Content creation, client boarding, email responses, proposal writing, meeting prep, follow-ups, whatever it is for your business. These are your AI opportunities. And you'll notice here too, that's not the creative, strategic, one-off stuff. This is the repeatables, right? So a lot of this stuff is probably templatized already. Step three, Pick one area to start. And this is important. Don't try and AFI or automate your whole business at once. That's how you end up overwhelmed with a bunch of half-built systems. Pick one area. Maybe it is content. Maybe it is client delivery. Maybe it is admin, just one. And then what I want you to do, step 4, is design your workflow before you pick your tools. And this is where most people go wrong. They find something cool, a new app, and they're like, oh, this looks good. Let's try and fit this into our business. And that doesn't work. That's backwards. So instead, map out how you want the workflow to go. What's the input? What's that trigger? Then what are those steps after that? What's the output? Who does what? Then figure out what tools support that workflow. The workflow comes first, you get clear, and then the tools come second. Step 5, build, test, refine. So build the thing, use it for real, notice what's working, what doesn't, does it need tweaking? Don't forget here too that even if you do have to edit with AI or tweak things, that overall, if you're, saving time or you're able to scale something like greater levels, that is still a win. A week ago, you were doing it manually. Even if AI is only getting you 80% of the way, that's still a win if you've got it set up correctly. And your first version won't be perfect. That's fine. The strategy evolves. So step 6, document it. So once something's working, write it down. How does it work? What are the steps? This is how you go from being in your head to actual system that could run without me thinking about it. And then repeat. Pick the next area. And the really fun thing here is once you kind of get that down, you'll be like, oh my God, here's another opportunity. You can go build that next system. And then over time, you've got AI embedded throughout your business, and that's strategy. Here's what happens when you have an actual strategy. So things start compounding. Your content workflow saves you 5 hours a week. Your client onboarding saves you 3 hours per client. Your sales prep makes your calls better, which improves your conversion rate and your confidence too. So each system frees up time and energy, which you can invest into building the next system or, living your life, maybe hitting the beach. That's what I want to do right now. And the other thing is you stop feeling behind because you're not chasing every new tool, every new update. Claude has had like 3 this week. You're not second guessing yourself. You're clear on what you use, why you use it, and how it fits. So the new tool that comes out, you're like, cool. Does it fit my strategy? No, ignore it. Okay. Yes. Oh, let's look at that next week when I have an hour. If it takes me more than an hour, I'm going to park that till next week. If I have time now and I can, play around with it for 20 minutes, cool. Let's explore that now. That's the difference. So using AI keeps you busy, makes you feel like you're doing something with AI, but having a strategy makes you effective with AI. So if you're listening to this and thinking, okay, I need to actually build my AI strategy this year, that's exactly what we do in my AI Dream Team workshop. So it's not just like, here's how to use ChatGPT. It's, let's figure out where AI fits in your business and what do those systems need to look like. So look at your workflows. We identify the opportunities and we will build some GPTs. I've got a whole resource hub on automations. And so it's about thinking about what makes sense for you and we do it together. So you're not figuring it out alone. And so by the end, you won't just be like, oh, I use AI. You have AI embedded in how your systems run and your business runs, and you have strategy and you are confident in that. So it's 2 sessions, which are 2 hours each, with time in between to implement. And honestly, even if one system saves you a few hours a week or improves, your service delivery to your clients, that pays for itself so fast. So the February session is coming up on the 19th. I'll link it in the show notes and come build your AI strategy with me. I've got 9 spots left. So yeah, if you want in, you better get moving. All right, AI confession booth. So I definitely spent the first year of using AI with zero strategy, just vibes, you're trying every tool. And look, I am not immune to this. Sometimes I'm just like, oh, that's cool. I'm checking that out. If you've heard of Claudebot, yes, I did set that up yesterday and I have gone down an absolute rabbit hole with that. I digress. So, I have been there too. And by doing that, I understand how easy it is for that to happen. And I can help you figure out like, where does this actually fit and what am I trying to do here? So if you are in that chaos phase, I see you. It's part of the process because you've got to get a feel for these tools to be exposed to this stuff and the potential. But then at some point, you got to zoom out and get intentional. Otherwise, you're just busy, not strategic. So you're not a number to do for this week. Do the audit. That time audit just from step 1 that I talked about. So where are you spending your time? What's repetitive? What's draining you? Don't try and solve anything yet. Just get it on paper. Do that process. Brain dump it. You can even voice note it into chat if you want and just be like, can you help me map this out? Because you can't build a strategy if you don't know what you're working with. So start there with that list and that's it. So if this hits home for you and you realize you've been using AI but not strategically, send this to someone who could use this too. And if you want help building this actual strategy, come join us in February, the AI Dream Team. As I said, I'll drop the link in the show notes and I will see you next time.